You're ready. Push it.
All right. Meeting of the Greater Lafourche Port Commission will now come to order. Please, Mr. Mike Colley, give me the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes, sir. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. We respect one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
All right. Next we have roll call. Mr. Mike Colley.
Seat A, Jeffrey Sherby. Here. Seat B, Rodney R. Gisclair. Here. Seat C, Jimmy Lafont. Here. Seat D, Rodney J. Gisclair Sr.
Here.
Seat E, Curtis Pierce.
Here.
Seat F, Larry Griffin.
Here.
Seat G, John Melson.
Here.
Seat H, Mike Calais. Here. Seat I, Chris Calais. Here. We have a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Next we have approved minutes for the April 8, 2020 regular meeting. I need a motion.
I'll move.
Moved by Mike Colley, second by Larry Griffin. Any discussion? Public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Next we have director's report.
Thank you, Mr. President. First is our Northern Expansion Project. We have Northern Expansion, Slip C, 400 foot east, 2 Bulkhead. Picciola and Associates. Joe Picciola.
Yes, Sea Level Construction is the contractor. They've completed the project, and they currently are in the lien period. All of the punch list items are complete, and we've had DOTD go out there and review the project, so everything is accepted and good.
All right. Any questions? Okay, Northern Expansion, Slip C, 1,100 foot east Bulkhead. Picciola and Associates. Joe.
Yes, Sea Level Construction, Shaver's Widow Construction is the contractor on that one. Right now, they're off-site. They're fabricating concrete piles and doing some fabrication on the miscellaneous steel items. They're currently in the field driving steel sheet pile. They have about 750 linear feet already in the ground, which is really good pace. And they're getting ready to start driving the concrete piles, probably starting sometime tomorrow.
All right, any questions on that project? Thank you, Joe. All right, moving on to the Coastal Wetlands Park. Davey, you want to start, and then Thad could pick up the back end?
Yes, we had Granite Shipyard moving material from a future slip we would have to dredge for a future parking lot, and they've achieved 20,000 plus yards, so that's been shut down. We're going to let that material dry, lay it out so we can have a base for a future parking lot.
Okay, any questions for Davey? Okay, Thad.
Hello and good morning. As y'all can recall, we had an initial deadline that was May 1st, and that was basically to send in our first large allotment of information that was due for an initial review. So now we're just waiting on the comments from our contact with the state. Once she goes through all of that, we'll go ahead and work on any changes we need to, and then we'll go ahead and send in any additional documents we need to by that June 15th mark, which is basically where they'll take all that applicable information and move it up to the federal level for hopefully to review and then ultimately to approve on our behalf as we work towards, our goal of getting some dollars to continue work out at the Coastal Wetlands Park.
All right, any questions for Thad? Thank you, Thad and Davey. All right, moving on to Airport Project. Joe Wheeler.
Yes, on the operations for the airport, we had 1,295 aircraft operations, 4,548 passengers enplaned, and 13,893 vehicles on Airport Road. That is a significant drop from a year ago, down about 840 operations and about 5,500 passengers, obviously due to COVID-19 restrictions and also the gas price. I guess the little bit of good news in all those numbers is the FBO operations have came up, so we're starting to sell a little bit more fuel. Airfield drainage improvements, later on in the meeting, y'all have the option to approve the clear lien certificate for that project, and everything is good to go with that project. And for the airport connector road and bridge, I will defer to Joe Picciola or Chet.
All right, Joe, give an update.
Yes, on the airport connector road, we've submitted our 60% plan review at the end of March to DOTD. They provided comments to us. We've also submitted right-of-way plans. They've also commented on that. So we're in the process of incorporating their comments. Our next submittal on the plans is June the 2nd. We're going to do a 90% submittal on the plans and the right-of-way drawings. We're working on permitting. We've received the state coastal use permit. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers tells me they have everything in their hands to issue their permit, so they're kind of drafting that up at this time. And we're also providing more information to the United States Coast Guard with regards to their permit. We're also working with FHWA and DOTD to conduct another public meeting online. It's going to be a virtual public meeting. It'll present the latest layout of the project and give the public a chance to comment online for a period of 27 days. That's in anticipation of trying to get an agreement on the environmental assessment of the entire project. And I guess with regards to right-of-ways and appraisal, I'll turn it over to Bryce.
Okay, on Mr. Martin, on Mr. Andrew Martin's property, we should have final approval from DOTD today on the appraisals. They were submitted again at the end of last week for DOTD review, and there was some minor comments that were responded to this morning by our review appraiser. So I fully expect to have final approval today on the Andrew Martin appraisals. And we are, as Joe said, working towards revising the right-of-way maps by June 2nd, and we have to wait until those are before we move forward with the remainder of appraisals. So I'm doing everything we can in advance of that to make sure the appraisers are ready to go as soon as they have that. Also, the relocation analysis for Mr. Andrew Martin should be complete and submitted to DOTD by the end of this week for approval. So maybe in a couple of weeks, we might be able to have a discussion about maybe a special or making an offer, authorizing an offer, right, for Mr. Martin.
Oh.
And we're going to have a preliminary meeting with them, with Mr. Martin and Mr. Henry Lafourche tomorrow afternoon. Bryce and I just discuss where we are and how we're going to move forward. Okay? Any questions? All right, thank you. Moving to other projects, our Section 203 feasibility study, GIS engineering. If y'all are okay, if John and Dustin, if either one of y'all are on, I'll just go ahead and move forward with the update.
That's fine, Chet.
Okay, thank you, John. So we're really transitioned out of the true study phase of this project. The report is final. It has been accepted by the Assistant Secretary of the Army's Office and the Corps of Engineers, and has been recommended to Office of Management and Budget, OMB, for review.
they are reviewing that, for consistency. Again, for budgeting, for the federal government. And while they're doing that, we're have our verbiage put together for whatever the water resource development bill that's going to come out, whatever that vehicle is going to be called in Congress. So that's ready, and our congressional delegation understands what needs to be done, and they have that verbiage. So that's ready to be plugged in whenever that bill starts moving along. There is a preliminary budget bill that has been put out, and that verbiage is part of it. So just wanted to make sure y'all are aware of that. Any questions on that report? Okay, moving on to there's public comment. I wanted to make a couple of statements, just kind of give y'all some updates on a couple things going on before we get to true public comment, if that's okay. First off, I just received a notice from Henri Boulet about notice from DOTD, Scott Rundell, if y'all remember, he's been here giving us updates. They're going to start on Monday at 8 a.m., so it's coming up Monday morning, the 18th, at 8 a.m., they're going to start actually collecting tolls at the cash lane again. So they've been, cars have been passing through the toll tag lane and then getting a bill mailed to them for that, whatever the toll, $3.25, $3.50, whatever the toll is now. But anyway, on Monday, the 18th at 8 a.m., they'll start collecting at the cash lane.
Have the arrow printed on them properly for airflow. It looks like maybe there is an arrow. It's very faded, though.
Okay, I don't know what that was. That was somebody jumped in there. Anyway, all right, moving on. A couple other things. Next, I wanted to mention that if anybody's interested to see what the Louisiana Economic Recovery Task Force that y'all allowed me to join in on, that I was asked to be a part of, if you want to see what they're doing and what has been going on with that and what the initial Phase 1 report is thus far and what's taking place with that group, you can go to www.laertaskforce.com, and that website shows you everything. You can click on all the different items that they have there. And one of the things that was part of the initial Phase 1 kind of economic recovery that task force talked about was liability issues and insurance costs and that sort of thing. And there were two bills that actually passed through both the House and Senate committee that's basically sister bills of the same bill. And it's called Evaluating the Omnibus Premium Reduction Act of 2020. It actually enacts that Act of 2020. And that is actually automobile insurance. So that's actually tort reform that would, in essence, hopefully reduce Louisiana auto insurance premiums. That's kind of the start of some tort reform and liability reform things that are going to be coming around, that are going to be going through the House and Senate over the next couple of weeks. So I just wanted to alert you all of that. I think everybody can agree that they would be happy to pay less automobile insurance premiums if we can get some of that reform done in the state of Louisiana. Yep.
Sorry, what's the website again?
So it's www.laertaskforce.com, and the LAER stands for Louisiana Economic Recovery Task Force, but www.laertaskforce.com. You can get all that information. Okay? And then the last thing I wanted to mention was that we talked about it on Monday, kind of evaluating where we are right now. And, we are moving into Phase 1 as a state, but that still has a lot of restrictions on us. So with that in mind, the board has agreed that we would not hire summer employees this summer. I just wanted the public to know that So we will not be advertising for summer employees, this summer, unfortunately. But I think that's the best decision for the organization to make, as we move forward. Hopefully next year we're back to normal and we can start that program up again. And that's all I have.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Director.
You want to do more public comment?
Does anybody else got any public comment? Okay, moving on. Next, we have Executive Committee. Members are Chucky Sherman, Chairman, Rodney J. Gisclair Sr., Mike Cully, John Mellison, Jr. First, we have consider approving the request from EcoServe for improvement rent consideration on site GLF 628.
Okay, so EcoServe had requested more assistance for improvement rental. They requested 90 days of improvement deferral, which would get added to the back end. So we worked with them on would be basically they would take those 3 months and then re-amortize it over the life of the primary term that they're in now. So that's been done. The amendments have been done. So recommendation to approve.
All right, moved by Mr. John Mellison. Second by Mr. Chris Cully. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Next we have consider approving the request from ALLPORT Services for improvement rent consideration on site GLF 616.
Okay, so ALLPORT Services has requested some assistance as well. They requested for a year rental improvement rental consideration, and we would again re-amortize that after that year period, so that they actually pay us everything that they're supposed to pay us. With the only thing that they're going to pay throughout this this time of deferral is some interest payments, some minimal interest payments. Okay.
All right. Need a motion.
Move by Rodney.
Moved by Mr. Rodney J. Gisclair Sr. Second by
Curtis.
Second by Curtis Pierce. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Next, consider approving the request from GUIDRY Builders Incorporated for improvement rent consideration on site GLF 620 and GLF 622.
Okay, so the same situation here. They're going, except they're going till the end of the year, December 2020, with their improvement rental consideration and deferral, and then again re-amortization on the back end.
Okay, need a motion. Moved by Mr. Larry Griffin, second by Mr. Jimmy Lafont. Any discussions? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Next we have consider approving the request from PSH Holding for improvement rent consideration on GLF 604 and 605.
Okay, so this is PSH Holdings is RCS tank cleaning, and they're requesting the rest of the year as for us to do rental deferment, and once again, it'll be re-amortized on the back end of their primary term.
Okay, need a motion. Moved by Mr. Rodney R. Gisclair, second by Mr. Mike Cully. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
And once again, all of those that you have just approved will be paying minimal interest payments during that time.
Okay. Next, we have consider approving the request from Christina Romero to lease site GLF 189 for a food trailer.
Excuse me, Mr. President. I would like to say that I won't be participating in the discussion on this request, and I'll be abstaining from voting on this request for personal reasons.
All right.
Okay, so this is the same site that we had another food truck that was actually located there, and this is going to be another food trailer that Christina Romero would like to place there to serve, meals to the general public going down to or working in Port Fourchon or going down there.
All right, need a motion. Moved by Mr. John Mellison, second by Mr.
Second.
Chris Conley. Any discussion?
Energy has no problem with that service being that low there? They're gonna connect them back up again? That service is only like, the box is only like 2 feet off the ground.
Yeah, they don't have a problem. They had a permit the last time.
It's portable.
I know but everybody else has theirs up
Yeah.
with that
Yeah.
pan.
Yeah.
Like I say, his meter is about 4 feet up, but the panel itself, the hookup pan, is only about 1.5 feet off the ground. So I guess, I don't know, they just look different than everything else in there.
Okay. Any more discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, consider approving the bids for surplus equipment.
Okay, so, we had 120 items that, went up for sale in public bid. We have, 86 high bids, worth about $22,520.43. It includes, several items, 3 vehicles, 1 tractor, 2 mowers, a vessel, 30 tires, 41 iPhones, 3 phone cases, a back rack, a drill press, a mica top, iron rack, and a box blade. We had 34 items that had no valid bids, so we would recommend that we reduce the minimum bid and then re-advertise that on govdeals.com, which would consist of monitors, switches, phone cases, and phone clips.
All right. Okay, need a motion. Moved by Mr. Larry Griffin, second by Mr. Rodney R. Gisclair. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Next, we have Permits and Waterways Committee. Members are Curtis Pierce, Jim Lafont, Rodney R. Gisclair, and Chucky Sherman. I'm going to read off the first one. First one we have is the Greater Lafourche Port Commission, Halliburton. By Lafourche, latitude 29, longitude 90, Port Fourchon, Louisiana, within the Barretière basement, and a hydraulic unit dredge. Character of work is the applicant has requested a Department of Army authorization to deposit field to construct and maintain a bulkhead along Bayou Lafourche and the east tip of Port Fourchon. Next, we have Fourchon SHOREBASE Incorporated. Proposed maintenance, dredging, and 2 existing slips for placement of field at an existing facility. Approximately 1,200 cubic yards of native material will be excavated and placed on site during activity. Next, we have, wrong border along, we don't need that. Okay, next we have Lafourche Parish Government. Proposed continuation of a Terrence program began under P200-120215 to create the Eastern Terrence 57,500 linear foot of Bayou Lewis Terrence, Phase 4. Next, we have Greater Lafourche Port Commission. Proposed completion of dredging, bulkhead, levee, degradation, and mitigation work originally permitted under P2007-1098, Port Fourchon Northern Expansion, Phase 2. And that's all we have for permits and waterways. Next, we go into construction and development. Members are Larry Griffin, Chairman, Chris Colley, Jimmy Lafont, Chucky Sherman. First, we have consider approving the DOTD resolution to submit the applications for the Port Priority Program.
Okay, this next, application we're gonna apply for the DOTD's Port Priority Program is for, about 2,400 linear feet of bulkhead and associated sweep dredging along, Flotation Canal and down into Slip D. Recommendation to approve this resolution.
Okay, need a motion. Moved by Mr. Chris Colley, second by Mr. Curtis Pierce. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Consider accepting the clear lien certificate from Byron Talbot Contractors for Airfield drainage improvements.
Okay, this project is complete. Everything is in order. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion. Moved by Mr. Larry Griffin, second by Mr. Rodney or Gisclair. Okay, any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? All opposed? Motion passed. Next, consider the FAA CARES Act grant for South Lafourche Leonard Miller J Airport.
Okay, as you're aware, we received $69,000 from the Federal Aviation Administration through the CARES Act. So we need to approve this, basically accepting those funds.
All right, need a motion. Moved by Mr. Jimmy Lafourche, second by Mr. Rodney J. Sclair Sr. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. That concludes the construction and development. We go into Finance Committee. Members are John Mellison Jr., Chairman, Rodney R. Gisclair Sr., Mike Colley, and Chucky Sherman.
Good morning and thank you, Mr. President. First on the agenda, we consider approving the payments of April 2020 invoices and recognizing those over $10,000. Item 1, Shaver's Widow Construction, $1,059,246.20. That's for Slip C Phase 3, 1,100 linear feet of bulkhead. Item 2, Lafourche Levee District, $200,000 intergovernmental agreement for lock operations. Item 3, PCOLA and Associates, $197,699.95. That is for the Airport Connector Road and Bridge, along with several other projects. Item 4, Hanko Metalworks, $195,000 even. That is for the Port Work Barge Aluminum Hanko Cabin Boat with Trailer, 40-foot long. Item 5, Jerry Lane Chevrolet, $157,361.75. That is for 5 2020 Chevrolet Tahoes for the Harbor Patrol. Item 6, GIS Engineering, $76,323.96. That is for Slip D dredging along with other projects. Item 7, Lafourche Parish Water District Number 1, $52,798.97. That is for the minor Cherami Road waterline construction. Item 8, Courtesy Ford, $51,768 even. That is for a 2020 Ford Expedition. Item 9, Vision Communications, $50,969.48. That is for cable, internet, and phone services for April and May. Item 10, Rox Electric, $44,543.20. That's for repair to the RAILS systems. Item 11, Grand Isle Shipyard, $37,677.55. That's for the minor Cherami Road, contract labor at the airport, and other projects. Item 12, Byron E. Talbot, Contractors Incorporated, $32,466.80. That's for the Galliana Airport Drainage Project. Item 13, Golden Motors, $30,970.71. It's a 2020 Chevrolet Silverado. Item 14, Tidewater Dock Incorporated, $25,414 even. That is for Nerby Collins Marina Repair. Item 15, Angelette Piciola, $17,005 even. That's for the FOURCHON Island Conceptual Development along with beach maintenance and restoration projects. Item 16, LaPorte CPAs, $15,000 even. That's for auditing fees at the port. $17,000. Wetland Equipment Company, $14,439.50. Track chain for excavator. Item 18, Expert Technology, $12,983.85. That's for camera equipment. Item 19, Southern Earth Sciences, $11,640. That is for Slip C Phase 3, 1,100 linear feet of East Bulkhead. Item 20, urban systems, 11,600 even. That is to FAR, LA1 to LA 3235 traffic study. And last, we have Bank of America, $10,142.73. That is for port credit card charges. That, along with our other expenditures, brings us to a total of $2,740,942.40. And, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion we accept these expenditures.
Second.
I got a motion by Mr. John Mellison, second by Mr. Mike Colley. Any discussion? Any comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Next, we have consider approving the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire, and I'll turn it over to our president and Ms. Parker.
All right, Ms. Parker, you're up.
Yes, this is our questionnaire that we answered to affirm that we followed all laws and regulations during the fiscal year. As you approve this questionnaire for the fiscal year 2019 audit.
Okay. So everything's good to go?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. I need a motion.
Move on, Senior.
Moved by Mr. John Mellison, second by Mr. Rodney Gisclair Sr. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. All right. That concludes Finance Committee. Do we have any other business?
I just wanted to mention, Mr. President, that we talked about on Monday at the committee meetings. We had our basic rental 90-day deferral. We had three leases that it was Loop, Martin Energy or Martin Fuels, 2 leases. They said they didn't want to, they didn't need the 90-day, or they didn't want the 90-day deferral. We had one more that contacted us yesterday. That was Delmar Systems. So Delmar also said that they were fine just continuing to pay rent as normal. I just want to update y'all on that.
All right.
At the next meeting, for the June meeting, now that we're kind of in a position where we're getting our amendments in, we've approved all of the improvement rental consideration requests. We'll go ahead and have for the next board meeting an update on what we anticipate our revenues to be with all of these changes and deferrals and things that we've done. Okay?
All right. Any other business?
Larry Griffin. I went to the store yesterday, and it amazes me that people going around with no mask, no gloves, no nothing. This thing is not over by a long shot, so y'all stay safe. Take precautions at all times.
All right, Mr. Larry, thank you. Anybody got any other business? All right. I'd like to wish a happy birthday. We have an employee, Miss Lee. It's her birthday today, so I'd like to wish her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Lee.
All right, Mr. Director, go ahead.
Thank you, Karina, for reminding me, but we are going to have, as we always do every hurricane season, we're going to have a hurricane meeting. It's going to be held on June 1st. It will be at this point, we're planning it to be a virtual hurricane meeting. We're going to have presentations and stuff, and people will be able to actually come in and actually join a meeting. So we're working on that. So it's really just watch for those notices to be coming out in the next couple of weeks, announcing that virtual hurricane meeting on June 1st. That'll be held.
Okay. All right. Any other business? Any public comment? All right.
Make a motion to close.
Mr. Jim Lafone makes a motion, has it's seconded by Mr. John Mellison to adjourn. Any public comment? All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes. Look, gentlemen, y'all stay safe. We'd like to thank everyone who's listening in and for everyone who showed up. And remember, the virus is not over. Just stay safe and wash your hands. So like Mr. Larry said, be careful. Y'all have a good meeting. Meeting adjourned.